What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Just thought I'd come on here tonight. Good to see everybody in the chat tonight. Uh, Welcome, Midwest, D. Johns, Tammy. I'm glad y'all are here tonight. Just wanted to tell everybody, hey, let me get my pinned StreamYard link here. And then I will put the link down if anybody wants to come in. So give me a second. I will get the link put up. What's up, Tammy? Give me a second. Let me get everything set up again. How you doing tonight, Tammy? Let me get this thing pinned up here. What's up, Tammy?
Hey, bud, what's up?
Nothing. Just trying to get my link pinned up here in the chat. So if anybody wants to come in, they're more than welcome to come in.
Like the wolf pick.
Like the what?
Your wolf thumbnail.
Oh, thank you. I've had it for a minute.
How do you like that shit with Biden, man? Shit there goes and has the FBI raid Mar-a-Lago.
What's up, Binary? Hey, Presley. Hey, Binary.
Huh?
I just seen I'm having a Reaper raid, and I just said hey to Binary here.
Oh, how do you like it that Biden has the FBI go after Mar-a-Lago and Trump for classified documents that Trump proved that he declassified, okay, before he left as president. And now Biden has all sorts of classified documents in Penn Station and also his house where he keeps his Corvette, okay, in a garage. Do you know how easy it is to break into a garage of any place?
Yeah, it's real easy.
Okay, yeah. They found classified documents that only the president of the United States eyes should have ever seen, not the vice president, in his garage next to his fucking Corvette.
Wow.
Yeah. Then they in Penn Station, he's got some type of learning center, which that's got to be the biggest joke in the world when he's the biggest moron that's ever walked on the earth. But that's neither here nor there. That learning center, they found a whole bunch of classified documents. Again, half of which that only the president could have ever seen, not the vice president.
Wow.
And none of which have been declassified yet today. He had no right as a vice president to declassify shit.
No, not as a vice president, you don't.
Right. So yeah, now you see why the deal with this double standard bullshit's about got out of hand. And now they ain't saying a word about Biden. They ain't rated him.
What's up, Purple Sky? What's up, Binary? What's up, Reaper? What's up?
Yeah, all these comments. Yeah, I guess they are here. Hey guys. Hey, the hooded rat, Huckleberry, Purple Sky, Mayo News, Binary, O'Doul's, Art Man. Huh. Whole bunch of people here.
Yes, there is.
You got raided.
Yeah, I did. I can say so. There, Reaper, you should be wrenched now.
But yeah, I just think that shit's funny that they did that. Yeah. And now it's coming back. Now it's coming back on them.
Binary,
Really.
you should be wrenched too, Binary.
But the hated rat says he's in the back.
Yep, I'm adding him now.
I can tell you now, a rat
He
in the
said,
back.
"Oh boy, you fucking cockroach."
What's up?
Hey,
Also,
a rat,
pal,
What
long
you
time
doing,
no
man?
see. How you been?
I'm just
Going
saying,
on?
I'm just saying, a rat in the back don't sound good.
Guys, if
Watch
y'all
out! I don't
never,
bite that pocket.
guys, if y'all have never been over to Also Cal's channel, y'all need to go
I
check
have.
his channel. He's got some good videos.
Yes, you are correct. SoCal, S SGT or what is it? SVG. Excuse me, SVG. He's been doing some
SGP.
good. Yeah, he's been doing some good stuff lately too.
Yeah, he has.
So, I got to watch one of his last ones. One of his about one that he did about a year ago. It came up on as a short, and it's still just as funny as it was then as it was then as it is now. And this
Right.
damn security guy, he decides to come up and try to hit SGB, right? And SGB smurfed him. He had
Yeah, I've
that
seen that.
blue. He had that blue fucking bear bear fucking spray. That motherfucker didn't know what to do. He was sitting there. He got
Yep, I've
I
seen that.
I was laughing my ass off.
Jocko, what's up?
But I watched that one when he did it live. I was actually in his live stream when that happened and went down. So, and believe me, the security guard had it coming. Hey,
Yes, he did.
Jocko.
What's up, PDLs? How you doing?
PDLs.
About his generator. What?
I didn't know I had one.
I don't know nothing about that.
I didn't know I had a generator. Shit, I'm moving up in the world, man. I knew I had a solar panel.
Right, right.
Okay. I gotta look at that. That's why I was looking at him like, what the hell are you talking about? A generator? What?
Oh,
Throw a person off real quick.
So what's going on, Reaper?
Not a whole hell of a lot, seems like.
Had a pretty good panel earlier on your channel.
Oh yeah, I had a fun time with it too.
Oh, we did too.
I know.
oh, that was Will My Dick Fit. Oh my God, I ain't seen that name in a while. That's just a
Huckleberry,
lonely old
what's up?
troll. That's a lonely old troll that wishes that they had something to troll with. That's all. That's like fucking 100-year-old news that they're trying to bring up.
Right.
That's already been discussed so much that it's been discussed out. I don't even know why they bring it back after 100 years later.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. We're going through the same thing. Reaper and Huck and me are going through the same shit right now. Old shit coming up, trying to start more shit.
Yep, that's it. hey, Will My Dick Fit? Let's something new to troll me about. Come on. You used to be a good troll. That just proves you're losing a step right there, Will My Dick Fit.
Jesus.
I don't know who. I've never heard of Wilma before.
Oh, Wilma Dick Fit, and then they got the other one. I forget the other one's name. They're a duo. They work together. They're one of Teresa Richards' crew. And
Well, as long as
Loving.
she doesn't say anything bad in my chat, she's allowed to stay. I'm like Reaper. I'm allowing everybody in here, but if it gets to the point where you're being really rude, you will be blocked and you will
Oh,
be banned.
they won't get rude. That's one thing I could say. They don't get rude with what they do. They don't
Oh,
get
okay, so
like
that's
cussing and stupid. They just try to troll you with stupid shit like that. That's all.
okay, then that's good. That's fine.
I mean, I ain't gonna sit there and say they're totally rude about their shit. Okay.
Well, welcome to my panel, Wilma. First time I met you or seen you.
Yeah. They've been around a while. I guess I actually surprised they came here. I haven't seen the name in a while. I can tell you that.
Well, I can say this one, Preston. They
What's
were
that?
all huffy, puffy, and pissy, weren't they, tonight?
Oh yeah, and still unhot under the collar.
Yep. Well, me and Huck and quite a few others came up with a nice little thing.
What's that?
See them, block them, and
Yep,
don't watch them anymore. Don't even sub to them no more. Let
exactly.
them. They're just gonna sit on the side and just burn themselves out. Let them have it. A lot of us came up with that good idea.
Yep.
It seems like it's gonna be smart. I mean, I'm not watching anyways, but
All right.
so
Oops, sorry. I wanted to reply to something Binary said.
COVIDs, what's up? Good to see you.
Binary said a guy named Tammy Snickers, and I used to actually go by the name of Tutu Tammy Lynn. So if you really want to get a laugh out of it, I used to go by that.
Yeah, I
Binary.
remember the video you put up with that.
Yeah. And
yeah,
then,
it's gonna basically be that way. Binary. It's gonna be a total shutdown and
hey,
unsub.
Teresa, by the
Yo,
way,
what's up?
I do got to say this to Teresa. Okay. I watched her Christmas special. She did. I had to laugh at that. That was good. I will give you props, Teresa. That was funny. So I will give you props on that. She did a Christmas special. She had my face in it. She had Lou's face in it. She had a couple other people's faces in it. It was actually sort of funny. And I actually,
Welcome to my panel, Teresa. Glad you're here.
so I will give her that.
It's wonderful to have freedom.
Yes, it is.
Freedom is great, ain't it?
Oh, it seems to be pretty damn good.
So who was all mad at y'all anyway?
Oh my God.
To certain individuals, we will leave nameless because they don't need they don't need to be.
They don't need the 15 minutes of fame over here. I got you.
No, they don't.
Okay, I got you.
0.5 seconds of fame. I wouldn't even give them 15 minutes.
If you want to find out who it is, go to Reaper's channel, the Hated Rat channel, and you'll see who we're talking about. We're not saying mention their names anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll do y'all a favor if you don't have a problem with me posting it.
No, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. All right,
You
I'll put
enjoy
my
it.
channel. Yeah, I'll put
You
my
enjoy
channel
it.
link up.
yeah,
You're post anything you want.
put your channel link up there, and then I can go back once it closed down, and I can go ahead and just hit it that way.
Yeah. Well, if the chat stays up, YouTube's been a real pain in the butt.
It has all day today.
Literally all day today.
Well,
That's why I'm saying it.
YouTube's been a royal pain in the butt for me the last 2 months. I literally just got a notification for something that happened over a month
I
ago.
don't know. I don't know, Huck. Just let me know when you get ready to go live. I'll do a raid over to your channel. Just whenever you get ready to go live.
Sadly,
just
I'm
let
going
me
to
know.
be screwed up because I got to get my shit together here so I can crash because I got to get up butt crack of fucking dawn and go to a doctor's. Sucks.
Yeah, Huckleberry. Just let me know when you want to go live. I'll pop over there and I can end mine. That's no problem.
I wished I was going to. I wished I was doing something other than what I'm going to be doing at about the crack of dawn. I'm going to be going to saw up firewood and chop it.
Oh God, I had to do that. Believe me, I know how that is. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not doing it no more.
Well,
If any of the
I
new
actually,
people that I've not seen on my chat, go check out Huckleberry's channel. She's got some good content.
Real good content.
I actually, I don't mind doing it for myself, but I'm doing this for another guy. But you know, I don't mind doing it for him for the simple fact he is an older man, and it's hard for him to do it anymore. So I don't mind doing that. You know, it's just, you know, I don't like getting up that early. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he wanted to wait until about 10:30, 11 o'clock, then I'd say, okay, I'll do that. But
Yeah, that'd be nice, but that ain't always the case. That's for sure.
right, and I'm going to be doing it first thing in the morning. So, but it's to help an older person. So I'm actually not too upset. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, he has a hard time doing it, and he needs the help. You know,
Yeah.
and he's one of the better neighbors around here, I'd say.
Huck, would you have a problem with me posting your link to your channel?
Yeah, I was trying to do it, but I can't seem to get the post up. So you do it, Reaper.
No, I got it right here. I mean, I want to make sure she's okay with it because if that's the case, then I will.
Right.
Actually,
No. I'm asking her. I get my sister yelling at me again. Forget it.
Yeah, anytime,
Okay,
Huckleberry,
thanks,
just
Huck.
let me know when you wanna go live. Just let me know. We'll do a raid over on your channel.
Yeah.
All right.
Stupid thing.
Purple
Hey,
Sky.
Binary.
Let me put you as a mod, Purple Sky. I thought I already had you as one, but I guess I didn't. You are now
Hey,
a mod.
Binary. I just set yours up too.
Later, Binary.
There we go. All right, so well, there you go. There's 3 of them so far.
Yep.
Not bad. Well, hell, I was pimping yours out on mine, and
Right.
the Clear Blue was just like, look it up, grab it, started pimping you out right on the spot.
Thank you, D Johns.
Hey, D. Johns, how are you? Hope you're doing well, D. Johns.
Yeah, why not?
D John's been one of my subscribers since from day one, and she's been really good, good mod on my channels, and she's been a good subscriber too.
Yeah, I've had a couple of words with D. Johns, but nothing that's ever lasted. And I think D. Johns is actually a good person, and I think we've had a healthy disagreements, and we've had several healthy good agreements. So I agree.
Yeah,
So,
D John's defended me on something one day that no one else defended me on, and she was right there and having my back, and I really appreciate it. She
yeah,
probably
I'll tell you what, we
probably
there's
remembers
just
what
one
I
thing I will say about D. Johns. When she feels something about something, she is very passionate about it, and she will stand her fucking ground on it. I will give her that. I know I've been in them crosshairs where she was standing the ground against me.
That's right, PDF elves. I only allow good channels to be dropped in my channel.
But on the same note, I've also been the recipient of her being kind of polite too.
Yeah.
So she is a very good person. I like her. I don't give a shit what anybody says about her. I think she's a good person. So
She's always been to me.
yep.
Yeah,
we scared of D Johns, don't tell. I hear news in the background.
Yeah, I'm watching the weather. It was nice today.
Oh, it's pretty damn nice here today. It was what 55 degrees. I think it got up to.
They got it like 53 today here, and nice and sunshine.
Yep. And then tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 60s, but a little bit of rain. Just have a little bit of rain tomorrow.
Where's Too Tall Rob at? He ain't in here tonight. That little fucker. Huh.
Who?
Too Tall Rob.
Uh,
He needs to get his little butt over here.
I don't know where he's at. Oddly enough, yeah, he's usually floating, but I don't even know if he's got your channel.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Too Tall's Rob got his own channel. He's got a good channel too.
Too Tall Rob has his own stuff. Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got yours, Preston.
Yeah, he's got Preston's channel because he was up here on his panel 2 nights ago.
Yeah, you were talking to him yesterday, Reaper.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. Sorry.
He's been up here.
Shit in my damn brain, man. I got too much open in my brain.
You've been talking too much.
No, I haven't had any yet. I think that's the problem. I need it.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. You ain't had any
yet. That's my problem. I need some. Damn it.
Right.
Shit. Too much shit going on, man. I need to cloud the brain a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Damn. Holy fuck.
Yeah. I am looking forward to going fishing soon. I do believe.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till spring comes. That's exactly what I'm gonna be doing all
the
spring.
Crappie in the Tennessee River are biting like a son of a bitch right now.
Oh, I know they are.
They're freaking catching them by the boatloads right now. I'm telling you.
They're going to stock trout in ours February 14th or 15th, I think. I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about trout fishing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Whereabouts on the mist are they hammering them at?
Where? Hitting what? The crappie?
Yeah.
Right now they're anywhere on the Tennessee River that there's some decent little drop off with some trees by it. They're hammering the hell out of them.
Yes, they are.
I'm not finding too much up this way, so you're probably getting all the good stuff up that way.
Walleye huckleberry's been pretty good here too lately.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, crappie. Yeah, that's what a lot of people call it, crappie. But it's actually said crappie. But it's spelt crappie.
Yep.
Well, that's true. It is spelled crappy. You got that one right.
And I don't know why, because it's one of the best eating fish for fresh water that there is, in my opinion.
Yep, next to brim, it's one of the good tasting fish.
Yep.
It actually has fucking taste. That's why.
Right. And it's got also good white flaky meat too.
Exactly. It cooks really nice. It smokes really well.
Yep. You fry it, smoke it, freaking whatever, man. Crappie is one of the best eating fish for freshwater there is.
Yeah,
last summer I experienced my first ever sauger meat, and that is good.
Sauger is good. Walleye is good. I like trout too. I like salmon. I like catfish. I like catfish.
Yeah, nothing beats catfish.
Yeah. But I tell you what,
I can't go through enough of that when it comes down to catfish. Catching them all the damn time drive me crazy. They're wild.
But after living on the Gulf of Mexico, one of my favorite fish in the world to eat is sea trout and snapper, red snapper.
Yeah, red snapper's pretty good.
That ain't bad, actually.
I love to eat both those. It's the best damn two fish in the freaking Gulf of Mexico, in my opinion, is sea trout and snapper. And I'll say flounder and grouper are right there, just below those.
Mm.
So, and if you've ever had flounder or grouper, you know what I mean. It's got its own taste, and like you said, it's like crappie. It's got a taste. It actually
Yeah,
tastes really good.
I've never ate flounder or the other one you said yet. I've ate shark
Grouper.
before. Shark's too metallic taste. I don't like shark.
I don't like shark either. I only actually I take that back. I had one lady that cooked shark for me, but what she did is she took key limes and she just squeezed the hell out of the key limes, made a whole bunch of juice, and then put the shark meat down in that and let it sit for almost like a week. And by the time it was done, it was actually cooked by the key lime.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
And we ate it straight out of the bowl, and it was actually that was good. But that's the only way I can eat shark because the key lime covers up the taste, is what it does.
I kind of messes with it a lot. Yeah.
Yep. Only fish Teresa eats catfish.
You can come out my way and eat it all you want. Catch them all day long.
I tell you what, same here right now. That's another thing they're catching the hell out of. My boss's brother went out 2 days ago and loaded his boat full of freaking catfish. I mean,
They ain't small motherfuckers either. I know that. A lot of them ain't small either.
He said he threw back about 17 of them that were 60-pound plus.
Oh shit! That's a meal that's a family meal, man. Don't throw that back.
Well, the thing is, at least in this river, I don't keep them that big. I like that. I prefer one that's around anywhere between a pound to 5 pounds.
3 to 5 pounds is pretty adequate, and they actually got pretty good taste. Anything bigger than that usually sucks.
Right, and now what you can do, but he didn't want to take the time, and they showed me, and it works. You can take them catfish, the big ones, put them in a number 2 wash tub. You know what I'm talking about, right? The big, yeah. Fill that up with fresh water and let them sit for about a week. All that mud and that nasty comes out of them. They taste pretty damn good.
Yeah, once they clean themselves up, basically, you don't have to do a damn thing. Just let them sit and live. They do the rest.
Yep.
They'll kick all that crap out after about 3 days.
Yep.
And then good eating. Not bad fried. Little tough. Smoked and give them a little kind of chewy. I find it easier just to bake them. Baked catfish ain't too bad. It's actually kind of tender. It's actually pretty good. Fried, if you don't fry them right, man, they get hard as a shoe leather.
Right. Huckleberry says, I'm risking it for the biscuit with some lobster. Teresa takes it back. I eat tuna occasionally. And then Huckleberry says, I eat fish at Sammy at Culver's. Does that count? Well, I guess that's a fish. I don't know. I ain't never eat fish there, so I don't know. Hey, Teresa, I ate a lot of.
I know what she's talking about. She's saying that she ate the fish, Sammy. She ate the fish sandwiches at Culver's.
Oh, okay, okay. I got you.
Does that count? Does that count as eating fish?
I guess. Like I said, I don't know if it's actual fish or not.
Yeah, some people, it's. Yeah, I could say that when it comes down to anything that's breaded and fried, I don't know if you want to call it fish at this point, especially when it comes in a square.
Right. Hey, Teresa, right now you can get calamari pretty cheap at Walmart, at least around here. I know you can. That's squid, by the way. calamari.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
And you could get it pretty cheap here at Walmart's here in Tennessee. I don't know about down there in Louisiana, but I'd check out it. I'd check out it at Walmart, man. If you're craving squid.
Well, salmon's not bad, Purple. Trust me, it's actually pretty decent. I just
But
can't eat fucking seafood anymore. It's pissing me off.
yeah, salmon's good eating. I like salmon, especially smoked salmon.
Oh yeah, salmon is really good.
God, I miss that so bad.
You know where the aisle that they have a lot of the Mexican foods and things like that, Teresa. Go down that aisle. It should be on that aisle. At least that is where it is at most of the Walmarts here in Tennessee.
Oh, the calamari?
Yeah.
Are you talking the canned calamari or are you talking about the box calamari?
I'm talking about the canned calamari. But
yeah, it'd be down in the ethnic foods.
Yeah, yeah. Morning Star Mayhem says they're coming to Tennessee to stalk you, Preston. You got a stalker, Preston.
Hey, you with it or what? Wake up.
Preston.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing something else, but yeah, I see. I know I have a stalker.
What did I tell you about playing with your pecker while you're talking online? What's the matter with you?
I know it. I just can't get TM out of my mind. I'm so sorry.
Hey, be careful now. Just say it, Preston. If you're looking at porn, don't porn bomb yourself.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, who's Morningstar?
Don't know. There's a lot of new ones in here.
Damn, you're being popular with us.
Frozen calamari. Ooh.
I think I know who Morningstar Mayhem is, though.
Well, I honestly, when I used to buy calamari, Teresa, down there off the coast, if I buy it frozen, I'd go to a bake shop. Honestly, they got some really good sized calamari or squid and at bake shops.
Oh, okay. What's up, Jerica? My girl. I love you, girl.
Jerica. Yeah.
I miss you and Jason both, girl. I really do. I wish y'all would come get me up to Tennessee, get me out of Tennessee.
I'm just wondering when you're going to come this way and we're going to do a freaking audit.
I am planning on doing that when it warms up because I'm taking a trip up a little higher to visit Reaper and to visit Huckleberry. I'm going to be there for a few days. And then sometime when it gets warm, I'm planning on hitting your area up first and then leaving from your area, going straight up to meet Reaper and Huck.
Oh, cool. That'd be freaking badass. Awesome. Yeah, I've been waiting on you to come this way, man. I'm wanting to do so.
I've got to get up there to see Reaper and Huck. We're supposed to be having an orgy, according to our trolls.
You're going to have an orgy, huh?
According to our trolls.
Damn.
Well,
can I go in too?
Well, from what's been said, he's my simp. His ass should be up here doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
I was just thinking about you and Jason the other day, Jerica. I really was.
Need to go to Kentucky Downs. I guess Jerica's wanting to watch some horse racing.
Huckleberry, we'll have Mr. Box Truck film it for us. That way they can say they got proof that we had an orgy.
Huckleberry says just got to clear it with the 6'9" Yeti.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Morningstar, no, but I am going to Gallatin Thursday. But if y'all are in Gallatin tomorrow, if you have enough time, swing by, come by Goodlettsville. I'll love to see y'all. We'll have lunch or something tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true, Huck. You're right about that one. It'd be hard for us if we were dead.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
But see, it was supposed to have an orgy, but it's also, Preston and me are supposedly, doing the do too. I don't know how the fuck that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that is either.
No, I don't know how that works really.
Oh, is that something like where Salty Ranch trolls told him he was screwing Mommy and Minnie when Salty Ranch lives in California and Mommy and Minnie was in North Carolina at the time? How in the hell that happened? Yeah. I guess they were giving him a compliment and telling him he's got the biggest dick in the world or something because that's the only thing I can say.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of at this point because after you said that, I'm like, wait a minute, doesn't that mean that this goose got a 2,000-mile pecker?
Yep, he got to have the biggest pecker in the world, man. That's all I can say.
And how does he hide that fucker in his drawers? There ain't no way I'd be able to do it.
Exactly.
They have to roll it up like a fire hose or something. Have a tractor trailer to run that thing around with.
You're talking about that boy's got to be renting out houses that are the same length. He can't go nowhere, man. He has to order his shit in. God damn, man. Yeah, well, he might be rolling it up like a hose, man. About the only way you're going to keep that son of a bitch put away.
Yep.
Man, he's going to be renting out at least one massive fucking garage to stick that prick in.
All right.
Telling you.
Morningstar Mayhem said it happened on a metaphysical plane.
Alrighty, Morning Mayhem. I hope y'all can, but if not, I will be up there Thursday. I got a interview at a place. I ain't gonna dox myself on here, but I've got a place that is wanting to talk to me.
Chippendales.
Oh no. No.
The senior portfolio of Chippendales. Come on, Preston. You know I'm gonna rag a little bit. Come on, bud.
I know. I do have one thing to say to my trolls though, but this is what I'm thinking. Hang on a second. Internally, I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see how the fucking recipe. Build what I want to make, 'cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way, so you can go kick rocks. I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Exactly.
Don't play too much. You know I got jacked.
Yeah,
I'm jacked on mine. It got me for less than 30 seconds.
Yep. I'm gonna start doing it my way, and I don't give a
just for
fuck
fucking
what they say.
Just for fucking goddamn one song, which was crap. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I know you're not trolling MSPF.
Now he means other people that sit in the background and lurking with the numbers and don't turn around and bother to say shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, Morningstar. We did meet at Walmart. We actually worked together at Walmart. I remember your black leather outfit, which was really hot.
Morningstar him said I tried to troll. Oh man.
From what I've been hearing, there ain't nothing to it, but it seems pretty hard for a lot of them to handle.
That's true.
And they supposedly done it for years.
Snark and Sass, welcome.
Hey, Snark and Sass. That's a name I ain't seen in a while. But yeah, some of these trolls, they actually do make you laugh. They really do.
Yes, they do.
I mean, it's like, really? how do you even come up with this shit? You know,
That's the whole thing.
it
They
makes
just
me wonder, do they actually stay awake at night and lose sleep to try to find stuff to troll you with?
there are. I will not lie to you. Seriously, there are a lot of them out there that do that. No lie, no bullshit. They will go. They will be on the computer for 2 days. I've heard of them. I've heard of them doing this for 2 fucking days just to try to find any dirt they can on a person. Yeah, they're that obsessed with that person. They will sit and listen to the chat. They'll watch them wherever they go just to see what they can find. And then they'll be all night long
Yep.
until they find something, anything they can use to try to make a person look like total shit. And it never works. A lot of cases, at least I would say about 80% of the cases, never work.
Nope.
Right.
Nothing. So they'll turn to doxing names, addresses, phone numbers, family, friends, blah, 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 just to try to piss you off.
Swatting people.
Yeah, that too, swatting. Yep.
What I thought was funny and hilarious was back when I started pissing off people, which was a while ago. They started trying to say, "I'm going after your family. I'm going after this. I'm going after that." I'm like, "Go ahead." And I put all my personal information out there anyway. So what the fuck?
Well,
I've had
okay,
them do
guys,
this. I've had them do it.
I'm
I've
gonna
had them
end
do
this,
it to
I'm
me
gonna end
too.
this in like 10 minutes so Huck can go live because I know she's
All
got
right.
a lot of stuff to talk about and there's a lot of stuff I want to be talk to her about on her panel. But we still got about 9 minutes, but about another 9 minutes I'm gonna end this so Huck can go live. Y'all want to
Okay.
go over there and check her channel out. She's really good.
Yep.
Purple Sky. I know about 9 of them in this. 9 of them that do stuff like that. So I just cut them off at the pass and gave them all the information they thought they were going to give before they had a chance to give it. So I pissed them off with that.
Right?
Oh hell, I had them dox me one time and state that they were gonna put out shit to my family. I said, please go right ahead. And they were like, what? I said, go right ahead. I said, but I don't think you would like what they would do. What do you mean? A lot of them have done prison time. You're gonna fuck with their family. Obviously, think about what I'm saying here. Hello.
Well, what was funny with me was I got threatened that same thing, and almost the majority of the family that I ever cared about is dead now. So it's unless they're gonna fucking send their shit by the word of God to them, they ain't gonna get shit. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
My family wouldn't give a flying fuck. You want to go ahead and turn around and look them up? Go right ahead.
Right.
But I guarantee you're talking about a family member. I don't think they're going to give a rat's ass to go back to fucking prison. Trust me. Even if we're fucking hating each other, they don't have a problem with stepping up. And they don't have a problem with stepping on you. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I got several friends that are that way that you're talking about.
Yep. There's a lot of people out there that are like that. I mean, that's not bullshitting, but you know, a lot of these people think on YouTube it's okay. They ain't nothing gonna happen of it, but I'm sorry.
Right?
If anybody hasn't really paid attention, there's been a shit ton of shootings going on out of the clear blue.
Yep.
How do we know that it's not related to the internet in some way?
We had 4 shootings back to back within 30 minutes last night.
Well, shit, Indianapolis yesterday turned around and had fucking 6. That goddamn thing that I had was going off from Indianapolis to every goddamn other spot in Indiana.
I can tell you now that a lot of them shootings are coming through the internet, and like even one of the things that Uvalde shooter brought up in his little note that he had was people would harass him on the internet.
I remember that. They actually showed that and said stuff about that on the friggin' news.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I remember that one. He did state that people were always bullying him, harassing him, talking about doing things to him and this and that. We know where you live kind of crap on the internet. Literally, it stated that on the internet. Shit's going on the internet.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
But that's not the only person. There's been 4 others that had the same thing. 4 other people in their early 20s and 2 teenagers that did the same thing, but they offed themselves.
mhm.
Suicide. But
Yep.
they said it was because of the bullying on the internet.
Yep.
I think LB and TM needs to get some police call for some welfare checks on them. Seriously.
Nah, they're not worth it.
True.
You know, let them. They the easiest way to look at it, just like I said, a lot of us came to the agreement: block them and unsubscribe to them. Just let them two sit on the. Let them two sit in the freaking in the background in the shadows where they belong.
Exactly, Huckleberry.
Yeah.
Psychos.
I agree with you on that. Make stupid people famous. Never call the fuzz. I just, yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
Just let the ones that want to be the way they are be where they are, with nobody talking about them, nobody listening to them, nothing.
Yep.
That's the best way to do it. You want to
kill the old saying is,
kill them with silence.
The old saying is, don't feed the trolls. That's what they mean. Don't feed the trolls. Don't even acknowledge them. Or if you do acknowledge them in a positive way. Don't acknowledge them in a bad way, because that'll just give them something to troll you with.
Exactly.
Unless you want them to troll you. Unless you want them to troll you, and then that's a different story.
Right.
Have fun with it.
Like I said, Preston, earlier, if they're going to sit and watch the channels, hours-wise and all that, let them. They're just giving us views. I don't care.
Oh, yeah,
if they want to mirror it over to their channel, thank you for the more views. The more people watch it, the more time, the better I'm getting. I must be doing something right.
Yep.
Exactly.
I love it when they take my videos and throw them over on their shit and play them. I like that, because that just brings up my hours. That's all.
Oh,
yeah, true.
It does. It does. It brings them up. It almost doubles them.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen with one of mine. Before I privatized it, it just made more. It just gave me more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally gave me a lot more. Not only did it turn around and up my sub count to about 15 more in an hour, but my time doubled.
Right.
And I got done with the live, and I realized, holy shit, what the hell just happened?
Right.
Because my phone was going off saying, you got subs. You got this person sub to you, that one sub to you. I had 15 people sub to me in that one time frame.
Right.
And then YouTube was telling me right off the bat that I doubled my time on that one. And I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? I wasn't even doing anything. Come find out, somebody was mirroring it over.
Purple Sky's got a point there. The mirror don't work. It's when they actually pull you up. You see what I'm saying? Pull up like one of your videos.
Oh yeah.
And then play it that way. That's when you get.
They mirrored me once, and it got numbers. The numbers went up on the time. I don't know.
All right. So they probably were running your thing through a StreamYards then, because StreamYards you have to go and actually go to their channel and bring it up and then put it on.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They literally put it over through the StreamYard so everybody else can hear it and see it and everything. But I didn't even know they were doing it.
Welcome, Gabby the cat.
Right. Gabby the cat. I ain't seen that name in a while either.
I've never heard of it.
Really?
Yep. Makes me think of Reaper. Reaper remembers Cat Girl.
Yeah, I have to say I don't think this is Cat Girl.
No, I don't think
Actually,
it is.
I know it's not. It's not Catgirl. I know that.
Well, Huck says she probably is not going to go live. She ain't feeling good, so I'll stay on for a little while longer.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. That food kicked you.
Yep.
Shellfish.
Caucasian Sasquatch, what's up?
Caucasian?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you say that, Sasquatch. Okay. Caucasian.
It's any topic. We're just discussing random stuff.
Yeah.
We were talking about
We're just trash talking. We're having fun with it.
Yeah, we was talking fishing earlier. Then we got on the thing of the way trolls act, and we're just going around the ball and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, you ain't been around much there, Gabby, but got a lot of good videos from what I'm noticing.
Gabby Cat's is around. They just not in the same circle y'all are, because I've seen that name in a lot of different places in the past.
You can talk about time travel all you want, Sasquatch.
Hell, earlier we were talking about dick sizes.
Yep.
I mean, what more can you go with on that point?
Well, we haven't started talking about poop and fart yet, so
that's the only thing that hasn't come up yet, but that might be later. We don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, if Huck was on the panel, she could be squeezing the poopy.
Yeah, she's making the fart sounds with that thing there. Yeah, the pooter. There it is.
Yeah, the pooter. That's it. The pooter.
Yep.
Well, if you let Salty Rant up here, if he comes in, he just might let one himself.
Right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he might. Yeah.
But yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Salty. He's a good guy.
The link is already pinned. Did you take it down?
The link's already pinned up top. I'll pin it again. Give me a second.
No, it's up there. No, it's up there.
Oh, okay.
It's up there. That's why I said it's already pinned. I could have sworn I saw it.
So, where are we time traveling to? Are we going back in the past? Or are we going into the future?
Well, hey, now you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't go back to the future. You can't say that. We're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Back
to the past.
Going into the future.
Well, we're going somewhere, but where we don't know yet. We're going crazy.
Yeah, that we are.
Well, I can tell you now, if they're going by the numbers that I've seen about the Gen Z people hating the United States and the way it is now, I'm glad I'm getting close to when most of the men die in my family. That's all I can say.
Where did you see Huck saying that she's not going to do it live?
She texted me.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the goddamn chat. I'm like, where the fuck is it saying that?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, but then I got thinking, well, she probably just texted you.
I didn't. Yeah, my brain ain't. It's trying to run away, but I'm trying to keep it on a leash. This some bitch just keeps trying to go somewhere else.
Right.
I say we lack the future due to lack of information. There you go.
I agree with that 100%.
I'll agree with that. But hey, Preston, I am going to head off here because I have to get up butt ass early.
All right, buddy.
No options. I got to get this stupid doctor shit over with.
I'll catch you on your next live.
Oh, yeah. Or I'll catch you on yours, whichever one comes first.
Exactly.
Gotta go. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna head the hell out. Make myself useless and pass out for the night.
Be safe.
Try to have a good night's rest, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to keep my brain in my head for the moment.
I understand that.
That sucker's trying to make a run for it, and I ain't letting it.
Right.
And I'm telling you, too much going on. That's why. But anyways, yep. Anybody thinking on it? Here's my channel. Let's put that up again, just for the hell of it. Let's see, where is it? Where's it at? There you go. Here's Huck's channel. Yeah, I'm putting it back up again.
Hey, if you feel like going to my channel, you can do mine if you want. I don't care.
I gotta get you. I was gonna turn around and look around for yours, but I haven't been able to find it.
It's under
News Now, Family Lynn.
Yeah, it's under the same name as he's using under his icon.
Yeah, News Now, Family Lynn.
Well, you gotta put your. Oh, yeah, I gotta figure. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second.
We'll come right up to you.
Yeah, I gotta pull up another part of YouTube here. This is a pain in the butt when I have to do that.
I just looked it up today for a guy I was talking to here that does some activism around in this area, and it was the first one to show up.
Let me see if I can find it here.
His icon, if he ain't changed it, should be pink tutu.
No, I've changed that.
Oh, no, okay. It's just a big brown N.
Yep, big brown N.
Because I'm looking right at it. There it is. All righty. You know what? I'll sub on there. Why not? Let's pull that channel too here. Here we go. We're going to pull that copyright down like that. And we're just going to go over here. And then we're just going to post it right here. And there you go.
All right. Lately, I've been just talking about political bullshit and things like that. And then calling out, damn it, Tatum, Officer Tatum. I can't stand that fucker. I could not stand that cop, blue line sucking son of a gun.
Hey, Morningstar, I just subbed to yours. It just showed me that you're on here too. That you just subbed to me.
Yeah, Tammy used to have a live panel every day, but he got out of it there.
Well, that's because I don't have a computer anymore, and I'm using my phone, and it's a pain in the ass to do a fucking live.
God, yes, it is.
Thinking about that though, Gabby, is cats like rats. You have to eat them. I know that one. I'm a little too big for a kitty cat.
Hold on here. You might be looking at that in a bad way though, too.
I'm a whole different type of rat. I stand up and talk and walk.
Hold on. Cats also like to use rats for play toys. Just saying.
Well, that's true. That's true. And, well, depending. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'll shut up. I'm going to be nice.
Right?
I'll try to keep it PG, not, R. Behave. I'll keep that shit PG right now.
Right?
Man, my mind went the wrong way with that one. See what I'm saying? But
that's where I wanted your mind to go with it, though.
Oh hell, man! You're trying to lure my brain out of my head, man. I'm telling you. You're messing with that bad boy. Well, yeah, I'm gonna head off here, guys. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, okay?
All right. Nice meeting you, man.
Hey, I'm always around. Like I said, come take a look at my channel. Come hang out. Yep. We just shoot the shit and enjoy today.
Oh yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep. Whatever comes up, we throw it up. Exactly. Ooh, she's Southern Baptist. Oh, girl, I would have way too much fun with what I would do in the biblical way. Ooh. Anyways, I better get out of here.
Hey, I do know in the Bible it says, go forth and be fruitful and prosperous. Just saying.
Yep. But the only problem is when they say that don't mean to grow a damn apple tree and sit around under it.
All right. Right.
Anywho, I'm out of here, so I'll catch you later, Preston.
All right, peace out, bro.
All right, guys, later.
But I know I ain't right in the head, Preston. You know that.
Yeah.
Never been. But I've been calling that one out too, Gabby. And every time I call that one out, the global stuff that you were talking about, the corruption I don't have no problem with. But every time I call out the global stuff, I always wind up getting shadow banned for about a month.
Oh yeah. They do that all the time.
And I can tell you when you could go look and see when I get shadow banned as well. Because my views will go from 50, 60 in an hour to 28 in 4 days.
Yep. They're shadow banning.
Yep. I mean, so. Oh, damn. Selma, Alabama got hit with a tornado. I didn't know that. Shit.
Yeah, 9 people died there.
I need to look into that because I didn't know that. I have some friends in Selma. I hope they're okay. Gonna have to get in touch with them.
Now that I do believe, Gabby, you being in the Marines, I believe they took your channel down. They don't like nothing that states the truth about any government agency.
Yep. Oh yeah, you start. I'm surprised they haven't took my channel down with the shit I talk about Biden.
Yeah, I'm surprised that too.
Because I've gone off on him. I even called him an old fucker, an old man, and a piece of shit, and everything.
Yeah, if they would take yours down, they'd take all the stuff down that everybody makes parodies of him and stuff too.
Yep, I'm surprised they haven't.
Then they would have an uproar if that happened.
Right. I mean,
all right, Caucasian, I'm letting you up.
There's nothing about Biden that I like. I thought he was a retard as a freaking as a state senator, and I think he's a retard now.
I think you're speaking against retards on that one, bud.
Well, you might be right. I might be insulting every one of them. I apologize to all retards. I do. That is an insult to y'all. I apologize.
You fall downstairs, my brother. Down like normal people. Only a Democrat president could fall up.
Yeah,
exactly.
He fell up the stairs. Not once, but 3 times. He didn't do it once. He had to do it 3 times. Remember?
I may have actually had an event similar to this, where I thought I may have fallen upstairs, but having seen it actually happen, I've decided that perhaps I've mislabeled that event in my life because, as I remembered, I more plowed into them.
Yeah, you fell into the stairs, right?
Into the stairs. Not so much up them. It was like a redirected ricochet. He
literally went up them.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So I was the one that asked about time travel.
You're the one that did that?
Through my time portal.
Okay. So what are we doing? Are we going in the past, or are we going to the future?
This is like the crossroads at the big tree where you meet the devil. Only instead it's a Sasquatch, and it's actually in space, and there's no tree involved at all.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Makes perfect sense. Maybe not.
You maybe, but to me, I could live with it, but I'm going to be confused for a while.
We'll get along famously. If you're confused, you'll be just fine around me, bud.
Right.
Oh, I believe it, Gabby. Dinner conversations were. Whew.
Had to put some wood in my fireplace.
I miss my fireplace.
I love that background you got there, Caucasian.
I got a couple of them I play with. I do a show. Have you checked out my channel at all to see if I'm some kind of ingrate?
A couple of times I've checked your channel out. And you got some good stuff on there.
You got to swing by, come check out one of the lives. We do stuff. I got
I
duck
will.
races and stupid stuff I do, but I do it while we check out somebody else's channel.
All right.
It's just itching for a re-upload strike, but as long as I don't monetize, I don't think they'll care.
Exactly.
And you were talking about a YouTube doing shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what I did to YouTube just for testing purposes. All right. So I've been pulling down 500,000 views here and there, right? Like across all of my content. 500,000 views for the past year has been my rolling tally, so to speak. I have transferred almost 2 or 3% of those views from being shorts views over to being long form stream content views.
Wow.
But get this, my view time has only gone up.
What's up, like AOA?
Hours.
Wow.
And the math just does not work. When you got 20 people in a stream for 4 hours straight, that comes to more than 20 hours of view time. I don't care how you cut it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So what's really funny to me, I'm in Georgia, babe. Yep. Anyway, what gets me is the fact that I changed those, I don't know, 600 views or so a week or whatever from shorts over to very long form content. And there's no change in my numbers at all.
Hey, what part of Georgia are you from, Caucasian?
From Milledgeville.
From who?
Hey, Addisons of America.
The old capital, Milledgeville.
Oh, okay. I'm originally from way down south Georgia, close to the Tennessee the Tallahassee state line.
No, you know,
South Central Georgia.
You know what I've been noticing also that YouTube's been doing to me lately is I'll get like 200-300 views, all right, on some of my content.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it goes down to 50, and then all of a sudden it goes down to 20.
I had one, this one particular live stream pulled down 325 views. I never saw more than 10 or 15 people in the chat, so not sure how it came to that number, because that seems a bit high, right? Next morning, it was down to 110.
Yeah.
Absolutely baffling.
Yep, I agree. It's weird. You know, I don't know how you get so many views and then it goes down. I can see it going up.
So there's one mechanism by which I know that could happen. Go check out the Spiff and Brit where he goes to break YouTube break YouTube algorithms. He's got a whole series on it. Anyway, if you have, say, 10 people that come to your chat, right? And they sit and watch 30 seconds, a full minute. 30 seconds is what it says, but I don't really believe YouTube about anything. So say a full minute, right? After they watch the full minute, they hit the like button, wait 10 seconds, and then switch to a different video or refresh if you're on a laptop. When you come back in, immediately on coming back in, unhit the like button and wait. After a minute, you will be counted as a brand new view. Hit the like button again, and it will be counted as a brand new like. That is a temporary thing. After this live stream is over and they go through and check the IPs against one another or whatever, the duplicate likes will be removed and the duplicate views will also be removed, and so will that view time.
All right.
Right. But in theory, you keep the view time in theory, because it's the same IP still viewing. It doesn't change the actual view time they watched. It simply changes the number of views.
Hold on here. Auditors of America, you don't need to be calling anybody that on this channel. And I'm sure if Preston was looking right now, he probably wouldn't appreciate you calling anybody that on his channel. He don't appreciate that type of talk on his channel.
I blocked him.
Okay, because
Well, yeah.
I didn't know if you blocked them or not because I knew you don't like that stuff on your channel, and I couldn't get over there to at least time them out for that. So, and I just wanted to make sure you knew that was being said in your chat, and you
Oh
can
yeah,
take.
I'm watching it.
All right.
I'm not gonna have one of my good subs versus one of my other not so good subs to be fighting in here. It's not worth it. So
All right. I apologize to stop you on that Sasquatch, but that was something that needed to be stopped.
Oh, no, you're good. It's not my channel, bud. If y'all got some business to take care of, y'all go right ahead. I'll finish.
no, we're good. We're
No,
good.
no, it's all taken care of now. I appreciate. Yeah, I just needed to be stopped. That was one of those things that it's got to be stopped immediately.
No,
Type thing.
Huckleberry's been there for me when that other one hasn't sometimes, and Huckleberry's recently been really good. So no, I'm not going to have them two arguing in between the chats and stuff.
Dude, you need to watch yourself out there on Tybee. It's not so bad on Jekyll, but on Tybee, there is a nasty undertow out there. It's famous.
What's Tybee?
It's an island off the coast of Georgia.
Exactly, Huckleberry. That's what I was talking about. You have the balls to handle everything.
I've not really been to the island, any of the islands around in Georgia, but I've been to a few around down there in the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
Some of them islands you better be careful around too.
Yeah, but on the Gulf, you get a lot of larger shells and sand made of shells, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you end up with like these sugary kind of sands.
Well, it depends on where you're at. There's some islands out there that are just rock,
right?
Big rock. And them are the ones that are more dangerous than the sandy ones. It seems like.
Off the coast of the barrier islands, you get really big shells and little shells, and so the sand flakes are like half the size of your pinky nail. Sometimes it's not really at all. It's just broken shells.
Yeah,
and the barrier islands have a really weird ecosystem that's kind of all their own.
Right.
You ever seen an island deer? I have a dog. I'm not even joking. I have a dog that's bigger than those grown deer.
Actually, down in the Keys, they got a deer called the key deer.
Right. Well, these are related.
That if you put horns on a German Shepherd, it's about the same size.
Right. That's what I was fixing to say. The ones up here are a little bit bigger than the Keys deer. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
Those are like very big cats.
Yeah. Deer, itty bitty. But you know what'll blow your mind? They're genetically the same thing as any white-tailed deer on Earth.
Right. In fact, if you release them onto the mainland,
yes, they are. They're extremely protected.
And extremely protected. That is true. Well, out there on Edisto, one of the South Carolina barrier islands, my wife's family has a beach house over there, and a few years ago, about 10 years ago, they built a big old beach walk out to the beach, and it has this wonderful little spot where the first little drop off to the beach happens, and you got the second one, and right there, all the deer gather out up underneath the little boardwalk when it rains. It's kind of cool.
Right.
Nothing.
I tell you one thing they're doing, because them key deer are also in the swamps there where they're having problems with the pythons. That's why they've been putting the people out there on the python so bad, because the key deer population in the Keys, or not the Keys, but the swamps there, down there in Okeechobee, around Okeechobee and all that, they have almost disappeared in there because of the damn fucking pythons.
Yep.
They're finding pythons that'll have 2 or 3 of them in their guts. Literally, that's how big some of them pythons are. They literally actually got a new world record out of the swamps down there for length of python. They got a 31. They got a 31.2 foot python down there.
I have a big snake story from when I was a small child that no one has ever believed. And even today, knowing that the pythons and constrictors are invading Florida and South Georgia, people still have a hard time with it because it happened in like 87, 88. And I saw what appeared to be a fully grown reticulated python in South Georgia.
Oh, wow.
It was me and my mom. We were visiting some friends, some cousins down there, and we went for a walk past one of their ponds. And I came across a snake that was not really big around, right? He was a bit bigger than your average king snake and stuff. You know, they'll get 3 fingers thick, 4 fingers thick. They can get pretty chunky. This thing looked like maybe one of those that had eaten a bit too much. But he didn't have that spaced out scale look like one that had eaten too much. He just looked like a really chunky constrictor of some type. And I didn't know what a python was and had no freaking clue about none of that stuff. But he was so long that he went from the woods over here completely out of sight into the water over there completely out of sight. And there was no less than 10 foot of him visible to me. And we saw it. We realized it was a snake. We looked at each other and was like, well, we're going back.
Right.
Things out here. God knows what else is out here. Turn around and went back. Yeah.
Well, that's been a problem since they've been bringing pythons into the United States. People get tired of them. They throw them out there. They also get out of people's cages.
But here's my question. Here's the question.
That's what happened with the pythons down there in the glades. Is there was a big breeder house when Hurricane Andrew came through. It was one of the biggest breeder houses in the United States. It got destroyed by Hurricane Andrew.
Yes. Hurricane Andrew released monkey houses, research facilities. It drowned out tiger cages and what. There is literally no telling what is loose in Florida.
Well, they do know that there's also right there around Miami Homestead area. There is a population of cobras that have taken hold too, that they're trying to eradicate right now.
I know for a fact that there is a population of herpes infested rhesus monkeys up around St. Augustine.
Oh, they've been around for a while up there.
Yeah. And also I have a suspicion that
that's true.
Because there was a big rash of skunk ape sightings that took place around the Lakeland area. And about 8 months before that rash that was about 8 months after Hurricane Andrew. And I suspect that somewhere in that area, there was an unregistered pet house or research facility or something like that. Because where
was it you said?
Around Lakeland.
Lakeland had, I know how them Lakeland monkeys got there. There was 2 reasons that the monkeys around Lakeland got there. One was there was a research facility that did get hit by a hurricane and it got knocked out. The other one was that there's been monkeys there since they did the movie Tarzan.
Right. Okay. So
they did Tarzan up there in Weeki Wachee Springs.
Right.
But they also did a few scenes for Tarzan down there in frickin' Lakeland area. Okay. That was before Lakeland blew up and became what it is now. Okay. And it was very wild back then. Well, a lot of the monkeys that they used in them scenes got out and stayed out, and they never recaptured them.
All right. So from one of my family members that purportedly him and his sister both worked catering for the Tarzan movie. There were supposed to be 6 orangutans in the film. 6 orangutans were supposedly delivered and then lost, and no one said anything about it because they didn't want to get in trouble, right? And 6 orangutans, let's say you have 1 and 6 different females, 1 male, or 5 females and 1 male, you could create a breeding population from that. It wouldn't be a healthy one, but it would work.
Yep, you're right.
So I have a theory that the skunk ape sightings from around Lakeland are largely a byproduct of orangutans that have escaped.
Well, they also do know. Here's another thing about orangutans that you see them, you think a red ape thing, okay, but they have found that different orangutans will actually their coloring will change where they're at
Based on their diet.
Yeah, and so that would also that so I'm in agreement with you on that, and because of the change, they say, well, the skunk apes we see are like a brownish black. Well, it's
Sure.
because of the area they're in. Their hair colors just change to fit the area they're in. Okay, it's
Also,
like a camouflage.
their physique would change
It's
a
like
bit.
deer. It's like deer. You find a deer in pines, they're going to be a reddish color. You find them in the swamp, they're going to be a grayish or darker color. You find them in an oak forest, they're going to be a lighter color than that. Okay. So it's just like deer. They do the same thing, you know.
I want to point out one thing in that area of Florida that you don't have in their natural environment that would change their appearance quite a bit. Where they come from is largely foothills and mountains of a very, very verdant forest. It's a rainforest. Where they are at in Florida is essentially the upper edges of marshlands and Everglades.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so in the rainforest, orangutans running around in the trees, they climb a lot. They're on the ground a lot, but they climb a lot. They can't do that in Florida. The byproduct of that is they spend more time walking on their hind legs, holding something above water. Right? They end up doing this, walking along.
Yep.
So you are more likely to find an orangutan from Florida that walks on his hind legs or to force a habit than you will anywhere else on the planet except a zoo.
Yeah, they adapt. They adapt to wherever they're at. I mean, it's just like us. If you live in the desert and then you move to the swamps, guess what? You got to adapt to that, you know. And people can do it. So can apes. So can most animals, for that matter. There's very few animals that can't adapt. I'll tell you one that can't adapt very well, and they're the same genetics same genetic animal. You cannot take a panther from the glades and take it to the mountains and turn it into a mountain lion, and you cannot take a mountain lion and take it to the glades and turn it into a panther. They're the same genetically same cat. But because the difference in levels, okay, the mountain lions high up and all that,
bud.
Huh?
And the mountain lions are taught by their mother how to hunt, where to hunt, when to hunt, and what time.
That absolutely makes no difference. The problem that they have is they cannot adapt to the difference in air pressures, and they cannot adapt to the difference in temperatures.
So you're saying a cat really?
The reason I know this, I was working with the Game and Fish on the biological side when they were trying to bring. Hold on, listen.
Not a genetic issue; it's a learning curve.
Yeah,
when you get in the Everglades, you have to run through waist deep water for 140 yards to chase down deer. That is an entirely different
dude. Listen. They could not even live in captivity in the Florida.
Well, Florida is a filthy place in the first place.
Well, that don't matter. They could not live in captivity because
you name it,
listen. They could not adapt because they could not. Their body would not adapt from living in the mountains to being that far down and that close to the thing. They couldn't breathe properly. Their blood circulation would not go properly. They could not get the oxygen they needed properly due to all of that. And they would die even in captivity, okay, by waiting to be released. You see what I'm saying? Now, what we were able to do to help the Florida panther population was we were able to go to Texas and get the panthers that were right there, that they had in Texas, right there on the Gulf Coast of Texas. Okay. And we were able to bring some over. Okay. And they were able to, now you take them from a desert area, okay, and bring them over there, and they were able to survive. So I just blew your damn theory out the ass on that. Okay.
I have a theory. I didn't purport a theory. I stated that hunting in a swamp is very different from hunting on a mountainside.
Well, when you say hunting in a desert where there's no water and hunting in a swamp where there is water, more of a difference than even the mountains.
Well, though the altitude would make a huge difference on the formation.
That's the only thing that was having a problem. They could not hack the altitude change.
Yeah.
And the same with the Florida ones. They tried to take the Florida ones and take them up to the mountains, and they couldn't hack the altitude change either.
Yeah, that makes sense to a degree. Like, for instance, your population of mountain lions that were born in a high mountain region with a low oxygen environment would have larger lungs, larger hearts, more blood circulating, and a downier coat than your Florida panther.
Right.
That downier coat would kill it when you took it to Florida.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying, even in captivity, see, they were keeping it in captivity, trying to keep them cool. They thought that was the only reason it was having a problem, and then they realized they could. The oxygen was just not there. It was their whole freaking system couldn't set itself up to survive in Florida. It was really, and that was quite a learning experience for all of us when we were trying to do that. And I was proud to be part of that. You know, I hated that we wound up having about 15 cats, unfortunately, die on us while we were trying to figure this out, because they're beautiful, majestic animals. Beautiful, majestic animals.
Until you've seen one in person, you don't realize how big they are.
Yeah.
And until you've seen one sharpen his claws absent-mindedly, you don't realize how powerful they are.
Correct. Well, no. Do you know how I found out how powerful one was? This was before I was working with the Game and Fish. I had a friend of mine. He had a Florida panther named Fubar. Literally, that was the name of the panther, Fubar. Okay, he let me take Fubar for a walk. Fubar saw a rabbit. Now I had Fubar on a leash, walking Fubar like a dog. When Fubar saw that rabbit, I went head over heels and got drugged through about 14 briar patches before I decided I was smart enough to let go of that damn leash.
Right.
Fubar came back about an hour later with the rabbit in her mouth, or a rabbit. I don't know if it was the same one. But I was sitting there for almost that same whole hour picking freaking thorns and stickers and briar bushes out of my ass. She took off. She took off running and drugged my ass. I was 165 pounds. She drugged me like I wasn't even there. Yeah. So that's how I found out how powerful they were.
I have no problem believing that. The way I saw it, all right. So where I grew up was at the end of this big swamp. It kind of narrows down, crosses the road once you get past the house there. Probably 120 acres or so underwater. There's about, hold on. Wrong pipe. There's about
happened.
3 dry ways to get through that swamp. So there's a tendency for animals coming from downstream to upstream to either go to the far side of the swamp, to my side of the swamp.
Oh my God, Joe Cool.
What's up, Joe Cool? How many times did you drop that stream?
What's up, Joe Cool? Thanks for coming
to my summon Joe Cool, right? Do you know how to summon Joe Cool?
Yep, say his name 3 times. Joe Cool, Joe Cool, Joe Cool.
You have to say his name 3 times and drop StreamYard links 3 times, and he'll rise up behind you like the Candyman.
Yep.
What's up, baby?
You're right.
But,
Welcome
So,
to my
yeah.
chat. Joe Cool, you very rarely come over here, but thank you for coming.
we had a plethora of large animals that come through the yard on the regular, because, like I said, there are only 3 ways upstream there,
Right.
this side, the middle, and that side. So, on occasion, we would have a cougar, several bobcats, small herds of pigs, like 200-300 would just wander through and destroy absolutely everything.
Yeah, it looks like a damn bottom plow goes through your yard.
Yes,
Joe
sir.
Cool, I try to do one at least once or twice a week at least.
And during one of these crossing throughs, I seen a cougar hop up on a fallen tree and dig its claws in and peel the bark off of it. Just
Yep, like it was nothing.
no, it was not. No, it was like a cat. It was like a cat had got on a piece of sausage to sharpen its claws. He just filleted out of that tree like it wasn't nothing.
Yep, I've seen them do it. I have seen them do it. I actually had one come out. Me and my uncle, we were turkey hunting, right? My uncle, he's calling this big old Tom. I mean, a big old Tom turkey. And he's coming, he's strutting across the field and drumming and strutting and acting the Billy Badass, like Tom Turkey does. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this panther came and took that damn turkey. And we ain't seen that turkey or that panther ever since. It come running across that field, hit that turkey, grabbed it by its neck, kept on running, and was gone. And me and my uncle looked at each other and we said, well, okay, our day's done. That's all we can do.
Hey, Joe, I wasn't in no hurry to see a cougar neither, but my dog, I had these bulldogs, and all 5 bulldogs came up on the porch, and the one mouthy one decided to start beating on the door with his paw and barking, which he never does. We opened the door, and all the dogs came inside, which they don't do. They're not allowed inside. They know this, but they all came inside anyway, which struck us as very odd. And after fussing and yelling and screaming at the dogs and them not caring, they were not going back outside. You try to make a 90-pound bulldog leave.
And Joe Cool, I'm going to call bullshit on that because I know you like cougars.
So I went to the back door and turned on the light, and we had this big floodlight in the back. I'm talking one of those big old halogen jobs that'll just shine the whole world out there. And he was laid up on a fallen tree out yonder. Turned and looked over at the light. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's why all the dogs are in the house now. Okay. We got 300 pounds of dogs in the house because there's a 150-pound pussy outside. That makes sense.
150 pounds.
Sounds like a country song, you ask me.
Right. You play it backwards. You get your car, your truck, your wife, and your kid back.
Exactly.
It becomes reggae.
But hey, Gabby, I'll tell you my bear story. Again, working with the Game and Fish on the biology side there. We trapped a bear. Okay. It was an older bear, so we didn't really want to kill him. We wanted to let him have his time and go, and we try not to kill the bears when they're nuisance bears. Okay. And we try to scare them. We try to do whatever we can to keep them away from humans and not be a nuisance bear. Well, unfortunately, down there they got like similar to like human law, 3 strikes you're out. Well, that's the way with the bear, but they normally eliminate the bear. Well, this old bear, he was so old, he was blind, almost blind. His teeth were falling out of his head. He didn't have long to live anyway. So we didn't really want to kill him. So we sat there and we didn't drug the bear. Normally we would drug a bear when we transport them. So we didn't drug him. and we tried to scare the bear to death to keep him from coming near humans, is what we did. Well, we were sitting there, and it was the funniest damn thing. Now, he's in a culvert pipe trap, okay, live trap. And we're transporting him, and we had to stop and get fuel for the truck, right? Everybody's like, "What's in there? What's in there?" And the guy come up there and he's trying to look in the holes. I said, "You need to stay back, man, because if you get too close, there is a live bear in there and it's not drugged." And he's like, "Really?" And then the next thing you know, that bear swatted the side of that damn trailer. Wham! Boom! That's what you hear, right? Just a boom. And that everybody scattered. It was like there was like 40 people in the parking lot, and it was like cockroaches when you turn on a light. Boom, gone.
I don't exactly have a bear story, but I have a performance of the bear, God's Own Drunk, by Lord Buckley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's something I accidentally laid down, sort of, and I went back and edited it together. Edited. That's it. Edited it together. English. Let me see if I can
Spit it out, damn it. Spit it out.
You speak the language sometimes. Sometimes not. I speak all languages badly. Where's it?
I can speak most languages very badly,
Right.
including English.
Exactly. I'm from the South, bud. If I manage to speak English, we're doing real good.
Well, I was born and raised in Missouri till I was 12, and then once from 12 to 42, I lived in Florida. So.
Okay, bud. So there's a little bit of music that's going to play. Everything on this thing is from the YouTube music library, the studio library, the creators library, I guess you'd call it. So don't freak out. It's an original production.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So,
Gabby, you are correct. Bears are extremely, extremely, extremely strong.
oh, absurdly strong. Ridiculous. Okay, how do you tell that? All right, you don't answer this one because I know you know the answer. This is a joke. Let them have their fun. Okay.
Okay.
All right. How can you tell the difference between a brown bear and a grizzly? It's simple. You climb a tree. If it pushes it over, it's a grizzly. If it climbs it and eats you, it's a brown bear.
Right.
So there's your answer. Just do you no good, but you get to know right before you die. Oh, it's a grizzly. It just pushed the tree over.
Right.
Damn. Oh, it's a brown bear. He's going to climb up here and eat me. Damn. Your best bet's a black bear. You can at least kind of spook them. They're a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Well, here lately, from what people are saying, you know, the black bear has surpassed the grizzly by almost 50 attacks now on humans per year.
Yes, and I don't know about in Florida, but in Georgia, the environmentalists decided that it was wrong to kill bears, and so they ended the bear season for 3 years, and now there's a massive number of bears running around.
Well, down in Florida, there is no bear season whatsoever, and hasn't been for the last 20 years. The bears have gotten freaking insane population down there, especially in Ocala, around Ocala and the national forest down there. When you can drive along the roads and you can count 30 and 40 black bear as you're driving through the road that cuts through the Ocala National Forest, and you can count 30 and 40 black bear along the road, that's way too many bear.
Agreed.
And,
you want to hear my story about the bear?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's a funny story. Lord William Buckley wrote this many, many years ago. It is not intended to be written down. It is intended to be learned from someone who speaks it to you. So in reality, I should perform this outright. But I was trying to record Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken, and The Road Less Traveled.
Right.
And, I was having problems getting the words to come out of my mouth. It was just this mealy mouthing them. I couldn't get them out. And I reached over and stopped the recording and sat back and did what you're fixing to see. I didn't stop the recording. I clicked the stop of my virtual camera. I missed the button and didn't realize it until after all of this was done. And I went to try to record something else. And I was like, oh shit, I got all of that. And so I went back and edited it back together. Oh, there's that word again. Yep. Back together so that it makes some kind of sense. And so it's a little sketchy, but at the same time, it's a hot mic moment that I think is great.
Yep.
So check this shit out. I'd like to explain to y'all before, I ain't no drinking man. I tried it once and it got me highly irregular, and I swore I'd never do it again. But I promised my brother-in-law that I'd go up and watch his still while he went into town to vote. It was right up on the mountain where the map said it'd be, friend. Let me tell you one thing, though. This wasn't no ordinary still. See, it stood up on that mountainside like a huge golden oak. Oh, and there was God's yellow moon a-shining on a cool, clear evening. God's little lanterns was a-twinkling on and off in the heavens. I explained once before, I ain't no drinking man. Temptation got the best of me. Whew. And I took a slash. Man, that yellow whiskey running down my throat like honeydew wine water, and I took another slash. Took another and another and another, and before I knew it, down one whole jug of that mess commenced to get hot flashes. Had goose pimples running up and down my body, and a feeling came over me like something I'd never experienced before. It was like I was in love. In love for the first time with anything that moved. Animate or inanimate, it didn't matter. It was like there was a great neon sign flashing on and off in my brain saying, Sasquatch, there's a great day coming, because I was drunk. Now, to be clear, now I wasn't no slip-sliding Reggie Young and commode hugging drunk. I was God's own drunk and a fearless man. Friends, that's when I first saw the bear. He was a Kodiak-looking fella about 19 feet tall, wandered up on the hill expecting me to do one of two things. Flip a fly, didn't do either one. It hung him up. He started sniffing around my body, trying to smell fear, but he ain't gonna smell no fear because I'm God's own drunk and a fearless man, and it hung him up. He looked me right in my eyes, and my eyes was a whole lot redder than his was, and it hung him up. I approached him. I said, Mr. Bear, I love every hair on your 27-acre body. And I know you got a lot of friends over there on the other side of the hill. You got old Rare Bear, Tall Bear, Pretty Bear, Kelly, Jerry, Relly Bear, Smokey Bear, Smokey Bear, Smokey Bear. I want you to go over tonight. You tell them I'm feeling right. You tell them I love each and every one of them like a brother and a sister. But if they give me any trouble tonight, I'll run every dad blame one of them off of here. Well, he took 2 steps backwards to hell. Didn't know what to think. Neither did I, but being charitable and cautious, I approached him again. I said, Mr. Bear, you know, in the eyes of the Lord, we're both beasts when it comes right down to it. So I'd like you to be my buddy, Buddy Bear. So I took old Buddy Bear by his island-sized paw and I led him over to the still. He's sniffing around that thing because he's smelling something good. I gave him one of them jugs of honeydew wine water. He downed it upright. Looked like a big damn bear in the circus sipping sarsaparilla in the moonlight. Gave him another and another and another. Directly, he commenced doing the bear dance. As 2 sniffs, a snort, a fly turned into grunt. It was so simple, like the jitterbug, it plumb evaded me. And we worked ourselves into a tumultuous uproar, and I was off, tired. I wandered over to the hillside, and I laid down. I went to sleep. I slept for 10 hours and dreamt me some tremulous dreams. When I woke up, I found God's yellow moon shining on a cool, clear evening. God's little lantern still twinkling on and off in the heaven. But my buddy the bear, he was missing. Yeah. Wanna know something else, friend and his neighbors? So was that still.
Wow.
All right. Giggity, giggity. How you like that?
I like that. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty good. I like the bear in the
When
background.
they stand up straight like that and walk, that just scares the daylights out of me.
Yeah, no, I kind of regret that I didn't do that intentionally because I had my OBS all messed up with my thing up there in the way, and I meant to turn it off and didn't, and ended up getting all of that. And a lot of people would have been like, "Oh, I should do that for real."
Now I got a
There's
question.
something organic about that.
You know, you've seen some big ass grizzly bears, right? One of the biggest grizzly bears, even one of the biggest polar bears. Some of them stand almost as tall as the bottom window sills of a 2-story house. Okay, but did you know there was a bear at one time up there in Alaska? It was called the short-faced bear. That's what they called it. That made the grizzly bear look like it was a punk.
A puppy.
Yeah.
Sure. The
Some
short
of them
bears
were 20 foot.
planet.
They
Yes, sir.
actually they got a skeleton of one that was 20 foot from the tip of its nose to the tip of its tail. 20 foot. Could you imagine that son of a bitch standing up on its hind legs and coming at you?
I would give him all 6 that I had and be reloading when he ate me.
Oh,
Dude,
right?
dude, no. You know what's going to happen? I will get away from that bear because it's going to be slipping and sliding on the shit coming out my ass as I'm running away.
He's gonna be
Right?
shoes and shit. He ain't getting a bite out of me.
Right. He'll slipping right on that shit not coming out of me. I'm telling you. Because I mean, damn, man. I've been doing some research on that damn bear, you know. That's a badass. That was some of them claws were almost 12 inches long. That's a foot fucking long claw.
Check out the channel on YouTube, Polaris. Dr. Polaris. He does specific deep dives into specific animals, and he's covered the short-faced bear. He's covered the Ice Age polar bear, which is a little different from the modern polar bear by about 10 feet.
About 10 feet, yep.
He's covered a bunch of stuff. He's got a real good channel.
You're right. I just couldn't believe doing all that research, doing the research into that bear was 12 freaking inch, 1 foot fucking long dagger claws.
Easily.
Okay. 1 foot long. I couldn't imagine because they were around supposedly during the time that the people were supposedly using that land bridge. And they inhabited that land bridge.
And
okay.
I'll give
Can you imagine coming across that land bridge and coming up on those?
I don't think that was what did it, though. Yeah, sure. You don't fight a cave bear face to face with a spear. That's not the best way to do it. Humans have known since the dawn of time that you hunt a bear in the winter while it sleeps and you kill it.
That's well and true, but them bears were out when they were coming across during the summertime if they were coming across on that damn landmass during the summertime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Well, I mean, there. Back in the 50s, there was a supposedly half-breed bear from a polar bear to a grizzly,
Yeah,
and he was some kind of a ginormous mutant or something. And there were a handful of pictures taken of these white and black or white and brown type bears. And I need to go dig up some of those old videos, see if I can find them. I'd make a really good show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
That.
Yeah. I don't know if that actually happened or not, but because even like they're trying to say, oh, a tiger and a lion can mate, but they actually had to do what was that? They actually had to force the stuff to
the answer to the words there, but you've answered it pretty. I swear to God.
What's that?
A tiger and a lion can breed. However, their personalities, their genetic profiles, their habits, their environments, it would never actually happen. Never, ever. Even if you put them in the same cage and they were the only things that they met ever, they would never breed because they're so.
I bet that would be a beautiful. Bet you that'd be
Well,
a beautiful.
well, actually, they actually had to fuse it together. They had to fuse the semen into the egg. It was. There's nothing natural about how they made the liger. Nothing. It was all scientific process.
There's no reason why a tigress would stand for a male lion to mount her, and there is no logical explanation.
Well, hold on here. You ain't got to do that. It's called artificial insemination. They've been artificially inseminating fucking animals for 100 million years. They could do it. They could not get an artificial insemination to take on a tiger and a lion. They had to fuse it together and alter it to make it happen. They literally had to alter it. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it can happen. I don't
care.
Huh?
I don't care. Calm down, dude.
No. It ain't that I'm mad at you or anything. It's that I'm having a discussion with you. I just don't think it can happen because they couldn't even artificially inseminate it, man.
A discussion goes both ways.
Yeah.
If there's going to be a discussion, one person exchanges information with another, and then they reciprocate.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And well, I'm letting you do that too.
Okay.
So you're talking about time travel, Caucasian. Do you believe that they've already experienced the universe of Mars and they're just reinventing it to let us know?
No. I'm not sure time travel to the future would even be mathematically possible, really, because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Not sure. But I think that time travel to the past might actually be a thing, perhaps, under the right, very unique circumstances. If so, I think that a universe that develops that type of time travel would immediately cease being the primary universe.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It
so
does.
That there has to be a primary timeline, and if you're not it, you get Donald Trump for president.
Right. I've always felt like it'll be like the DC multiverse, if they ever did that.
Now, can I inject something here? Because I don't know if I can believe this story or not. Supposedly there was a commuter plane that got lost. Going over the Bermuda Triangle, right? It was gone for 48 years, supposedly. Okay. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, 48 years later, it tried to land the same plane with the same passengers, with the same pilots, the same everything. 48 years later, tried to land in a airfield in Guatemala.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Guatemala that we don't know about.
So, So, do you believe that story for one? Because there's several people that they got the transmissions, supposedly the recorded transmissions, everything else of that plane coming in and trying to come in and things like that.
The nature of my channel is credulity.
Uh-huh.
What's up, Midwest? I didn't even see you down there. I'm sorry if you waited a minute. We're discussing time travel and stuff. So just hang on a minute. Let's finish this conversation up. It's pretty interesting.
I'm the perfect guy for that.
Fantastic.
So what
Caucasian say what you're going to say?
He asked me if I believed it. Part of my channel source is credulity. If you hunt pixies and you come on the show, I will agree with you about everything you have to say about pixies during the show. Because it is important to your channel for it to be presented from a believable perspective, if that makes any kind of sense.
It does.
So I've interviewed Bigfoot hunters. I've interviewed ghost hunters. I've interviewed all kinds, like people who crochet, people who do gardening channels. I've interviewed people who do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But whether or not I believe a particular tale does not disvalue it in any way. Those people experience that. They believe it. I believe they believe it. And I believe it is data to take into account from my life. Does that make sense?
The reason I actually asked you that is you said you don't believe that they could go ahead in time, but if that actually, the reason I asked if you believed that occurred or not, I don't know personally. There's really, to me, it's inconclusive. Anything that they have, even with the supposed recordings of the transmissions and things like that, it's inconclusive. But to me, the reason I asked that, you said you didn't think they could go ahead in time into the future, but that plane would have had to have gone into the future to make it 48 years later to come into that.
Well, see, Caucasian, I agree with you on that, because if you look about going back in the past and back to the past stuff, if you look back in the 1950s, early to middle 60s, I wasn't born, but by what I've seen, that they invented the cell phone. They just didn't have the technology like they do today to make it more powerful like it is right now. But there's pictures in old movies and historic pictures of people having cell phones in their cars or walking around with a phone in their pocket, you know?
If you want a candidate for time travel from the future to the past, Nikola Tesla is about the best possible candidate you could find.
Yeah.
They do from the Black Knight satellite. I mean, on single-handedly.
That man found a bunch of stuff, or actually just flat stated that certain things were true that he had no way of proving.
Well,
he invented the system by which the cell phones were developed.
Yep,
right. But you were about to explain what you thought about that plane. Myself personally, I almost wonder if it was true, if it was like they were in a suspended animation somewhere.
Hold on, we'll get to that in a second. Hypothetically, right? Let's say you want to take a physical object from now to a point in time in the future and a certain location in the future, but you don't want to muck around with all that time travel stuff. There is another way to apparently travel into the future without having to muck around with time travel, and it's through either extreme gravitational forces or acceleration.
Okay.
If you go fast enough, in theory, you could dilate time enough so that a few hours in the plane would be 20, 30 years in our perspective reality. They would only experience a couple of hours. And then when they got here, they'd be like, okay, well, that's weird. But I have a question about that one case.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
That's what I want to know. See, that's why I said it's inconclusive, because they took off and no one knows where they went after that.
Midwest, what do you think about that?
No, not after that. I'm talking about after they landed, they got off the plane and they had to go wherever they were from to go do their thing.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. They did not. They did not get off the plane. The plane landed. It was on the tarmac for almost 5 hours, and then no one got off the plane because they weren't allowing them off the plane because this was really weird. And then the plane, the pilots took off again in the plane, and the plane disappeared and hasn't been found since.
I think
And
it's
that's
all
how
more of an uncontrolled phenomenon.
What's that?
I said I think it's more of an uncontrolled phenomenon, like a wormhole. You can't control it. If you're not familiar with Rosenberg-Einstein bridge, it splits the difference between time, space, and supposedly reality. And midpoint is where, without a clue, without knowing, you either go into the future or the past. So I believe it's real. It's just we don't know how to control it yet. Because I also believe in multiple universe theory. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I have these dreams like I'm somewhere else, but it kind of looks the same. But you know, I'm looking around and it's me, but not me. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
the other me.
It's the other you. Thank you.
You know it's the other you the second you look out of those eyes and know it's not you. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's weird. I know it sounds dumb, but
No, it don't sound dumb. It's just like say you're asleep and you're dreaming and you're a grown adult, you're say 40 or 50 years old, but yet you're dreaming and you're seeing your life in the present as a child, you know?
no, it's funny. It's because ever since I was a child, I just have a instinct on to know what works.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Well, like I've done it before.
You're a lot like my friend down in Florida. The guy does amazing things. But what gets you is he could sit there and do stuff, put stuff together, and make stuff, and it just blows your mind because he's never done that type of stuff before. Like welding. I was there the first day he decided to weld, and he welded like he'd been welding like a professional welder for 40 years.
Right, and I know how to weld, and I barely had to learn.
Yep.
Literally.
Eli does the same type of stuff, man. He's mind-boggling. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Gabby mentioned demons. I'm not sure we should be holding truck with these AIs.
Oh, I know that.
No, we shouldn't.
I have a philosophy that my mother taught me. She said something along these lines. If you ever find yourself in a position alone by yourself, hearing voices, never respond to them, because you never know when they may be nefarious forces attempting to act on your life.
Exactly.
I think it carries through into AI because her philosophy was never hold truck nor treat with any non-human entities, period.
Well, look at the new movie they're coming out with Megan. I think that's exactly what AI is going to do.
Well, I can tell you now, here's something that I do know happened. This happened over in Japan. They were trying to destroy 4 different AI robots. Okay. They completely dismantled 2 of them. A third one was in the process. The 4th one they hadn't even started on. The 4th one brought itself back to life, reassembled the other 3, and then they killed 50-some people before they blew it up with a bomb.
Yep.
And that's all on video. All on video. And they did not want that to get out, but the Japanese government allowed it to get out anyway. So AI can be dangerous and extremely, extremely scary depending on how it develops and what it develops with.
I don't know that it matters how or what it developed with. It's inhuman. it has no humanity. The only humanity that we give it is that which we program into it through our own selves. So you could argue
whether it's good or bad.
I don't think it can be good because it doesn't have a concept of good or evil. Even if you explain the concept, it has no physical value and no ramifications for its own actions.
True. Makes sense.
No conscience and no free will. Even if it acts unusually and strangely, it's still a program. Or is it?
Yep. It's like
could it be a gateway to another peripheral dimension where such things are capable of sticking their grubby little paws in? I don't know, but I would rather not find out.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, essentially everything's, even us, I believe that we're sentient beings and we do run off energy. And through the flow of universe, there's two kinds of energy. There's good energy and there's bad energy. So with these AIs running off complete and pure energy that is created from a source,
the internet.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that
central.
Yeah. It could be taken over.
Well, yeah, I believe that an AI can be taken over. I mean, because it's a man-made thing.
It's like everybody's gonna do these mind melts with Meta and shit, with all the chips and shit. You're not chipping. You're not gonna put something in me that can track me and then even possibly shut me down if it's fucking connected, right?
I agree with you on that. That's why I didn't even take that damn jab and stab. You can't get me to take the jab and stab. Because I'm a firm believer in some of the stuff they speak about on that. I won't go into it because YouTube don't like you to go into that subject. That's why I'm very indirect with what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, the jab and stab that they came out with, that's all of, they're saying that it's all nanos that was in it.
Be careful saying that.
That's why I stopped.
Go into it.
That's why I stopped.
Yep.
I've been using the term cried suddenly.
Yeah.
There you go. There was
a wife earlier today who cried suddenly.
But it is here's something that's pretty neat. You have a football player that kills over on the football field, didn't die of the heart attack, but has a heart attack. 2 days later, a football player dies in his house of a heart attack, just suddenly. 4 days later, a basketball player falls on the court with a heart attack. 15 days before that, 5 tennis players in different tennis tournaments throughout the world all fall over from a heart attack. Do you know what they all had in common?
Athlete's foot.
No. Well, they might have had that.
Man, help me out here. You've got him in a YouTube hole. We shouldn't be down.
The only thing they had in common is every one of them had the jab and stab. That's the only thing they had in common.
They might have had athlete's foot. You don't know.
Right. Well, you might. Well, I did give you that. I said, yeah, they might have had that too.
The Midwest, what you want to talk about in the time travel thing realm?
Yeah.
He probably muted himself.
Yeah, I did. I was coughing.
No, I was talking about Midwest. I was asking him, I said, what does he have to say in all this time travel stuff? But I think he muted himself. He's quiet right now.
No, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I was messaging. But anyway, it's more about, I'll get way back on the time travel. Like, there's like, has anybody seen that videos on that cat Noah?
Go a little further.
It's a time traveler that's from the future that came back to the past.
Noah 2146 or 2176. Yeah.
Now, this guy had multiple lie detector tests, but I don't know what to think about that. Like, I
Go
mean,
look at his videos. Look real close at his videos and notice the hands in the different videos of him walking around the deserted places. The
is
hands,
his thing different?
the hands are different. It's different phones, different people.
Hmm.
It's people
What's this
who
guy's
go
name?
around- I can't remember the number, but it's Noah 2146 or 2176 or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be a good show. I'm gonna do a show of that. That's a good one.
the most one that stands out to me is the picture of the hipster. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah. There's a couple of deep dives on that one that
Oh
somewhat
yeah,
explain some of it.
some good ones.
Yeah. One of my favorites is the man from Tuareg. You ever seen that one?
Is
All
it where
right.
he like got under a sink and then went to the future or something?
No. This is a true story documented by the federal government and the government of Japan. In 1956, I think, a man got off of an airplane in Japan who was apparently from the kingdom of Tuareg.
Yeah, I remember that. I bought stuff on that one. Yes.
He gets off the plane, has all of the proper documentation, except he comes from a country that doesn't exist. He speaks
Oh yeah,
broken Japanese and respectable French or something. So they get a French interpreter in to come talk to him, and he explains that he got on a plane back home and came to Japan, and now he's in this problem. He doesn't understand why it's an issue, right? The next morning, after a whole bunch of questioning and a whole bunch of other stuff, there's like piles of documentation on this dude. They put him in a hotel room that night under guard, and the next morning he's gone. All his papers are gone out of the safe in the office, and all the evidence that he had been there was gone except for the actual recordings of the documentation. The physical documentation was gone. They missed the recordings when they stripped it, right? Early 50s, there wasn't necessarily supposed to be recordings. So they reproduced most of the documentation the man had produced, and there are two theories as to what this was. One, a really bad CIA op. Somebody screwed up big time. And two, it could very easily have been someone who had forged papers badly. Right? Or Home Cuz was from another reality where Tuareg was in place of Andor.
Right.
What's up, Joko? Good to see you, bud.
What's up, Lucky Laptop? What's up, Jacko?
Like laptop.
After watching all that stuff and things like that, I heard all the stuff. Because if you listen to them recordings, okay, that they allow people to hear.
Yeah, the few that are out.
Yeah. The man is, in my opinion, beyond thoroughly and totally convinced that
Hey, Joko,
that place was there.
Bud. That's the wrong Sasquatch. Joko's got the wrong Sasquatch. I'm the Caucasian Sasquatch, not the show me Sasquatch. He does music. I can't carry a tune in a bucket.
You know what? That blows my mind because the way you started out that video earlier,
yeah,
it almost started out like you were doing a talking, singing sort of thing.
Yeah, it did.
Well, it is a performance.
Yeah. So I thought it sounded very well spoken and very well done as well. But I'm not trying to kiss your ass. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
Well, I like having my ass kissed, man. It don't bother me at all. You can go right ahead.
but it sounded, you know how them singers do the singing storytelling.
Give me 1 second, guys.
You know how they do that. That's how you started that out. to begin with? Was like a singing storytelling thing.
It's just a performance. I don't know how to explain it. I learned it from watching Jimmy Buffett, Tom Waits, William Buckley, different people who performed it over the years. I do it a little different from how they do, but it's because it fits my accent this way.
Yeah. Well, you started out with the right name off the bat, in my opinion. When you said Jimmy Buffett, that's one of the best.
You did a real good version of it, man.
Yeah. I've been a parrot head since I was a kid, dude. So I love Jimmy Buffett. My most favorite songs he ever did was "Pirates Look at 40."
Yeah,
that's me. That is me. I am an over 40 victim of fate. I should have been a freaking pirate.
Call me, but the Wino and I Know is one of the best songs he ever did.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a good one too. But I still also like Let's Get Drunk and Screw.
Oh my God, Morningstar, calm down.
I'm sorry. I'm sort of partial to that song. Let's Get Drunk and Screw. He did because the first piece of ass I got was the last song I heard before I went to the motel room with her was "Let's Get Drunk and Screw." So that was fun.
I'm sorry. Wife Squat's coming in here distracting me and stuff. And I appreciate it.
Hey,
Water Boy, I appreciate the things you are showing me right now.
You're seeing stuff that we aren't seeing.
I certainly am. Love wandering the tale.
Is that supposed to be a picture of a black hole or a wormhole?
I was doing I was trying to do a reading of some what was it? I think it was Rudyard Kipling. If it's a pretty good one, I'll bring it up in a minute. And I was going to use this as the background, and I went and cut it and edit. I like recorded it, edited it, synced it perfectly, and then forgot I had it.
Oh,
because I'm an idiot. And so it ended up being a background just because out of the phone.
Well, it reminds me of something like out of Star Trek. You remember that
Stargate?
No, not Stargate. The one where the wormhole would always open up at it, and they were at that deep space station. Yeah,
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, and that's what it reminded me of, is that wormhole that they used to go through, because they actually showed going through the wormhole like 2 or 3 times, and it looks very similar.
One of my very first countdowns, I do because of YouTube terms of service changing all the time, I do a 3-minute countdown before I start my show so that I can cuss and all that stuff, and it doesn't have any effect on the stream itself. Mm-hmm. So there's a 3-minute song, and my very first intro was a very fast, hyper sped up version of something like this, only it was way more colory and stuff, way more active. I prefer this slow, languid movement. I like this. It's relaxing.
Right.
Y'all want to hear another poem?
Relaxing. I agree.
Sure, go ahead.
I did If by Rudyard Kipling, and I do a few voices too. So every now and then you'll just hear me randomly bust out in a goofy impression that's spot on, but I can't control it. It just happens. And so when that happens, when I'm doing one of these readings, I just include it into the recording. So don't let it freak you out too much.
Before you start that, I'm going to have to say goodnight. I apologize. I just want to say good night to everybody. It's 12:25. I got to be up at 6. So y'all have a good night. Sleep well when you do sleep, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Dude, Sasquatch, I hope I get to talk to you more. You're an awesome dude. I like talking to you.
I have a show. I do 3 days a week. Swing by.
All right. I will try to do such a thing. Preston, You have a good one, bud.
You too, bud.
Tell Midwest I said later. Gabby, you have a good night too. Everybody out there, have a good night. I'm out.
All right, peace.
Actually, my most requested readings have been romance novels by gay men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's fine. I'm sure it'll get me more drinks in a bar someday.
Right?
Right? Actually, I have a couple of different ones I did. One is If by Rudyard Kipling, and the other is Desiderata, both of which are excellent bits of advice. But we'll do the other one before you sign off. How about that?
All right.
Where's my buttons? I need all my buttons. There they are. Buttons. I like my buttons. They do things. Let's let it roll with that beautiful bean footage. If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for the doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginning and never breathe a word about the loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone, and so to hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Should I do another one? I don't know. I'll say it's If by Rudyard Kipling. Boy, are you familiar with the man? That's what I mean.
All right.
Sometimes. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I just had to find it.
So what do you do, bud?
Midwest fell asleep over there.
It's not the first time I've done that to people.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, I should have known I had some kind of a special voice growing up, because from the time I was about 25 until a couple of years ago, when my neighbors' kids would be sick, they would get me up to come read to them. When my baby mama, her kids were sick, she'd call me up and I'd go read to them.
All right.
You see, The Princess Bride? I don't read The Princess Bride. I read the Greek myths and the Norse legends.
Wow.
I figure that's a bit more educational than Hickory Dickory Dock.
Right. But yeah, you got the voice to do voiceovers and stories.
Actually, I just picked up a bit. I've never done any of that stuff. And so it seemed logical to me that I should go find somebody who does stuff like that.
Right.
Right. And so when people were like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, I started looking for different channels that do the narrator type of thing. And I hooked up with one in particular called Scully's House of Tinglers. He's
Oh,
a
wow.
narrator, but he also does the ASMR channel thing.
Uh-huh.
And he's doing a live StreamYard performance of Peter Pan and an abridged Peter Pan. And he was looking for people to come in and do voices for different characters. And a friend of mine, American Justice of Texas, AJOT, just kept beating on my door. I mean, every time he had one of these casting calls for like 3 months, she would send me the link. And he happened to be going live on the same days I was going live. And so I wouldn't go there, because I was already tired or fixing to go live either way. Didn't want to do it,
Right.
After I thought about it a bit, I was like, I should go over there and talk to it. And when I showed up, I said, hello. And he said, ooh. I said, pardon me? He said, oh. What? He said, I'm going to put you backstage, but you get at least one role, I guarantee it.
Right.
I was like, come on. And he put me backstage, and 2 hours I sat back there while he went through other characters and positions. Then he brought me back up. It was like, okay, we're going to have you for Mr. Darling and Starkey the Pirate. And he was like, AJOT said you did something with voices. And I said, I don't know about doing voices or whatnot, but I've got a couple of ideas for Captain Hook, because I think he should be Darth Vader. I find your lack of happy thoughts disturbing.
That would probably be good.
So, yeah, I ended up being Mr. Darling and Starkey the Pirate, because we got to gather up all the landlubbers and get them down below.
All right.
Lucky Laptop came on my show, right?
Yeah, he's been on mine a couple of times. The last 3 lives I've done recently, he's been on them.
Oh. So you just don't like me? Yes. I see. I thought we was going to be cuddle buddies in the gulag together, but guess not.
Yeah, he came on there one day and we was talking. He was showing his dash cam video of his arrest and stuff, which really, it was fucked up if you ask me the way that cop did.
That was so retarded. that cop was so stupid. Did you hear about the chick who damn near closed down the police in some town by having gangbangs on duty?
Yes, that's right. 20 minutes from Midwest. He's talking about Laverne. That's right.
Yeah, Laverne.
Yeah, 20 minutes right from where I live.
So I'm hearing a lot of people talk trash about that woman, right? They're all like trying to talk, but go look at the picture of that chick and not the one where she looks like she's cross-eyed. The one that they're showing everywhere to make her look bad. She's a really fine looking girl. And every single one of you men would have hit it. Y'all got the chance. Don't lie to me.
Well, Midwest,
y'all can sit around and no smoke if somebody else has took us. I'm not interested in it.
Midwest and Auditors of America, they both did that police station that day. I mean, not that day, but they've done it in the past. And they knew from the beginning it was a fucked up town.
Oh yeah, if that can go on duty in the police department while they're supposed to be quote unquote protecting and serving, any amount of that stuff implies lack of integrity in the rest of their lives.
Yep. And what's so bad? They only have 60 cops in that whole town, and they just lost 9 of them.
I disagree. News Now, Tammy Lynn. Am I saying that right? I think I said that right.
Yeah.
She didn't screw 1/4 of the police department. 1/4 of the police department screwed themselves.
Yep.
She just happened to be the receptacle. And her husband stayed with her. So I have a theory on that one. He knew he married a badge bunny. He knew she went to the police department to become a cop so she could screw cops.
Yep. And to get him out of all kinds of situations there.
Possibly. I mean, that's an option, right? It's not an option until you are a cop.
True.
That's what drives me crazy is when you see somebody get pulled over and they give you the old, do you know who I am routine?
Yep.
Right. And you find out they're chief of police to some small town somewhere 30 miles away, and they're over here drinking peppermint schnapps and riding around with a pistol.
Yep.
If that was you, We'd get drug out of the car, cuffed on the sidewalk while they scream, put down the gun while it's still in the car.
Exactly.
And then given the most embarrassing attempt at a roadside sobriety check that they would not actually let you deny because they were threatening you with everything in the book while you sit there and go, I'm not going to take it.
Yep.
When I got pulled over and they wanted to do a roadside sobriety check, I looked that man straight in the eye. I said, sir, I have busted my pelvis, broken my back, and dislocated my hip several times, the hip part. I am not going to allow you to use my injury as evidence against me. And he said, well, if you don't do it, I said, I don't care what happens if I don't do it. I'm not giving you evidence. You can play this for the judge. Okay.
Yeah,
Play this right here. I want him to hear this. I don't want him to hear about how I didn't cooperate or anything. I will cooperate with anything reasonable. You are being unreasonable. I just want you to do the roadside sobriety. Let's do the nystagmus test. I will not do any part of any of that. You can take me to jail and I will get out first thing in the morning.
Yep.
And he's like, well, you know, we ain't going to have no. It doesn't matter, dude. You have not convicted me of anything. Stop pretending you're the arbitrator of this situation.
Exactly.
You're not. You are simply the one in authority at the moment.
Yep.
This changes the very second they put me in jail. Suddenly I'm under the auspices of a judge and not a police. So back down, bub.
Exactly. Yeah, I hate it when they say that. Do you have any medical conditions that'll stop you from taking this test?
It's the dumbest thing ever. The idea of a roadside sobriety check is nothing but evidence gathering for police. That's it.
Exactly.
It's a method by which to monetize people who break a certain prescription.
Yep.
So there's no reason in it. They're not saving lives. Don't believe that shit. That is a complete and total propaganda scam. They haven't saved a single life by removing a drunk driver from the road because there's no guarantee those drunk drivers would have went on to cause accidents. Typically, and this may sound counterintuitive, they are jerking around high functioning alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
And a true high-functioning alcoholic can pass all of the same tests that he's given, and there is absolutely no difference between them functioning at a level that would make you black out.
Right.
I mean, me, you, and any other random person walking down the road would be in a hospital with alcohol poisoning, and this man's over here doing calculus.
Mm-hmm.
Until you've encountered one of these people who walk around with a flask in their pocket and a fifth in their truck all the time, you don't realize what a high functioning alcoholic is.
That's true.
Now, I'm not saying I approve at all. I'm just saying that there is a line at which the Fourth Amendment is violated by random stops on the road. If you're just going to throw up a roadblock and test everybody who comes through, I'm not participating. You're going to have to lock me up.
I like that Fourth Amendment every time they pull somebody over.
Yep. Roadblocks, especially like no reason roadblocks, alcohol-based roadblocks are the biggest violation of Fourth Amendment in continental America.
Yes, it is.
The second biggest is the stupid freaking border patrol roadblocks that they set up that never actually look for illegal immigrants and don't do anything with them when they find them. So what's the point? What's the point? It's straight up a Fourth Amendment violation. If you're not going to do your job, you have no purpose of pulling anybody over in the first place. And those roadblocks are perfectly useless except as revenue generation for the Border Patrol.
That's it.
Period.
Well, it has been 2 hours and 33 minutes. I think I'm fixing to end this.
Do you do a play out for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the Desiderata.
Yeah,
You know, words for life.
I'll put you on Vicky.
Function. 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 Desiderata, words for life. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. Do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than trees and stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt, the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace within your soul. With all its sham and drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. Max Ehrman, 1927. This is for Car Thief News. You're welcome, bud.
And
I'll
on that,
I'll
that
let
was-
you hand it. I appreciate it.
all righty. I want to thank everybody out there in the chat for coming on, and appreciate y'all being in there. Caucasian, appreciate your narrating tonight. I would love for you to do that a lot of times when I'm on live, and I guess I will talk to everybody later, and I will be checking your lives out, Caucasian.
I appreciate it, brother.
All right, have peace out there and be safe.
Bye.
All right, bye, y'all.